welcome back to our YouTube channel. Our topic for today is if you are still losing money, you must do this. Now, I noticed that when we are losing money in our trading, sometimes we are analyzing or we are trying to review those parts that is irrelevant or not so important. That's the reason why today I'm going to cover what are the 3 things that you must look into it, or the 3 parts that you need to take into consideration so that you can reduce your losing part, or if you are making profit, which is a small profit, you can increase your profit more. So that's the part that we are going to look into it. For example, when we are losing money, we tend to look into, for example, is it our indicators? Maybe we should go and change our technical indicators. That's the reason why we keep on learning different type of indicators. And for example, we are keep on learning different type of trading methods, etc. Or we are changing our time frame. We thought that we are using 5 minutes charts, but maybe 5 minutes charts is not the correct one. So we change to use 1 hour charts. And it seems like 1 hour is not the correct one. Then we're going to attend some classes. Then eventually we think that it might be 4 hours charts. But we are still continuing losing money. So what should we do? So when we are losing money, we need to focus on the correct items to do our review, or on the correct items for us to stop our money from continuously being burned in a way. So before I start, if this is the first YouTube that you're watching, so please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and on your notification bell. My name is Ting Ting. Now, as usual, we need to do a disclaimer. Today's session is only meant for education purposes only. There's no buy or sell call. Now, when it comes to losing money, we tend to think that majority of our money, when we lost our money, is because we do not have sufficient knowledge, etc. But is it the knowledge-wise that we need to change? Is it our indicators that we need to change? So this particular topic, I'm going to ask you to focus these 3 areas. Once you understand these 3 areas, you will notice that you are going to reduce your losing part, and if you are making a small profit, you're going to increase your profit. Just focus these 3 parts. Trust me, you're going to see that your results will change tremendously. Now, the first part that you need to look at it is about having a back-tested system. Now, this part, we are going to highlight 3 very important points. One is system, one is back-tested, and another one is your understanding. Now, first thing, when it comes to trading, I notice many of us, we do not have a trading system. Now, as I mentioned to you, trading system, it doesn't mean that it's a software. It can be your own standard way of doing a trades. Like, for example, what is your step 1, step 2, or step 3. So this is the first part that you need. And your system, your trading system need to be very complete. It needs to be covering all the areas, not only part of it. Like, for example, when it comes to trading, many of us think that technical analysis or fundamental analysis is the most important part, but in fact they are not. It's the whole system that we need. Now, if until today you still do not have a system, or you are not sure what kind of system that you need to build, or whether your system is complete or not, welcome to join our training session. We have a program that we cover how do you build your own training system. We'll let you know step by step how do you build your own training system. Now, this particular registration link, you can search it in the description box. You can click and you can register accordingly. So this is the first part, having your own system. And second part, some of us, we have our system, but we never back test our system. We cannot prove that whether this system is workable or not. Whatever things that we are going to use, please make sure that the system itself is workable, then only use. If we adopt a things that is not workable or cannot be proven that it is workable, must as well you don't adopt. Am I correct? And the third part for having this back-tested system is you must really understand the system that you are using. Please do not use a system that is black box. Meaning what? Like, for example, I can say that if you are going after a tips. A tips can be your own way of trading system. But the problem is when you are going after a tips for you to buy and sell, you don't understand how they build the decision. It's very difficult for you to make your profit as well because our market is dynamic. When anything happens, you do not know how to maneuver. So understanding your whole trading system in terms of their advantages, disadvantages, etc. is very important so that when the market changes, you will know how to maneuver it. Clear? So this is very important. First point, having backtested system. And in terms of this backtested system, there are 3 very important key points that you need to understand. Having a system, and when you have your system, it must be proven one, it must be back-tested one, and the third one is you must really understand in and out of your system. It's like this mobile phone itself, the more you understand this mobile phone, anything happens to your mobile phone itself, you will know how to fix it or you will know how to deal with it. Clear? So this is the first part that you need to understand. Now, if you're still losing money, besides having a back-tested system, the second areas that many of us overlooking it is about trading psychology. Now, today, this particular topic, I'm not going to explain about these trading psychologies. If you do not understand about these trading psychologies, you can refer back to the previous video. We highlighted what are the components to make up your trading psychologies and how do you look at it. For example, your 3 components, think, feel, do, and every section or every components, they're equally important. So it's like, for example, I give you an example. Today, we know that we need to exercise. But why? We are not taking the action to go and exercise. Sometimes we give ourselves a lot of excuse, lazy, or today not feeling well, etc. But at the end of the day, we are still not taking the steps to go for our exercise session. So what is short of for this whole psychology itself? So when it comes to trading psychology, we really need to understand it to help us to reduce our trading losses, because part of it is because of these trading psychologies. Now, the last part, many of us, we overlook this, which is what we call as reduced error trades. Now, these error trades, we can divide mainly into 2 parts. One part is meaning that, supposedly I know that I need to buy, but I accidentally go and click sell. Or today I need to buy, but I overlooked the time I did not manage to execute the trades. This is one of the error types. Another error types is I know, but I did not follow. Meaning if I know that today I'm not supposed to execute this particular trade, but I went and executed it. So this is I know, but I choose not to do. So both error trades, we need to reduce. Now, trust me, if you can reduce your error trades, you'll be very surprised that your losses can be reduced by more than half. Your results can increase tremendously. Seriously, try to look into this part and you will understand that once you start to look into this part, your results will increase tremendously. If you are losing money, your losses will be reduced. If you are making small profit, your small profit will become big profit. So you must reduce your error trades, and please don't underestimate these error trades because it can cause a lot of your losses. So please remember that that's the reason why after trading, you must have your own trading journals. I'm not quite sure whether you are keeping it or not. And this trading journals is very important for you to identify your trading errors and to reduce your trading errors. So please, if you know you start with your trading journals, from today onwards, please start with your trading journals. And even by doing this part itself, you will notice that your results will improve tremendously. So as a summary, very important for you to understand, when you're still losing money right now or in future, please remember, don't focus in the areas that is not so important. Don't focus the areas that is wrong. But if you can focus these 3 particular areas, trust me, your results will improve tremendously. So first part, Make sure that you have a back-tested system. So in this particular point, the important part is you must have your system. That's definitely, because I notice many of us, we trade without having a system. What is our first step that we need to do? What's our second step that we need to do? Many of us, we do not know. We do not have a proper step. Now, a second part that you need to understand is once you have your system, make sure that your system is being proven, is being back tested. If not, it's like you are not having your system as well. So make sure that it's being proven, being back tested, that it is workable. And the third part is make sure that you understand your system, because many of us having a system that is, we adopted the system, we have a black box, but we do not know exactly how the system works. That will kill us as well. And second part, we need to focus in terms of our training psychology. Make sure that there are three components in training psychologies that you must understand. If you do not know, please play back the previous videos. And once you can understand the three parts, the think, feel, do, and eventually you will understand how to reduce your losing parts. And the third part, the most important part also, make sure that you reduce your error trades. By reducing your error trades, you'll notice that your results will improve tremendously as well. I hope that these three methods or these three areas that you need to look at it will help you to identify why you are still losing money now. So I hope to see you in the near future. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channels and on your notification bell. And please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. My name is Ting Ting. I'm going to see you in our next video. Bye bye.